So yesterday was International Men's Day. Much like International Women's Day, it's the celebration of men, and men being men. But I gotta be honest with you, I never really knew that this was a day. I was pretty blown away too, because I was like, that's a thing? That's a day? That's crazy. I thought it was only women, you know? I thought it was only Women's International Day. I never really knew or realized or noticed, to be honest, that there was a Men's International Day. But I think that's pretty cool, you know? I mean, I do think that men alongside with women, men should be celebrated, you know? Just the same way as women do. But of course, since it is men, manly men, men, there's gonna be some controversy. Now that I think about it, I kind of wonder when Men's International Day was a thing. When did that become a thing? Was it alongside with Women's International Day? They also made a Men's International Day at the same time? Or did it come much later? I don't know, I kind of want to check on that. Well, let me see. Let me take a good look. When did Men's International Day become a thing? Question mark. Did you mean men's? Yes. The celebration was first introduced in 1999 by Dr. Jerome Tinguelux-like. I don't know how to pronounce that. In Trinidad and Tobago, aiming to highlight the achievements of men and address issues impacting their lives. Yes, all the achievements and all the issues. Boy, do we have many. Probably more issues than achievements, but then again, I'm just a silly wolf boy, so I could be wrong, and I'm okay being wrong. Now, given the fact that since men have been quite a hot topic, I mean, especially the whole gender wars and the gender divide has been such a thing nowadays. I feel like it's been more of a thing now than it has been since, I don't know, man, since I was a kid or something. Like, I never really thought about gender war shit and things like that, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. Like, no shit, right? But I kind of want to take a look at Twitter. As much as I don't like Twitter, and I since moved to Blue Sky, also please follow me there, by the way, because I think Blue Sky is better than Twitter, but that's just me. That's where I'm most active. Yeah, Twitter has been such a weird platform. It's gotten weirder in my opinion. Like every time I get a new DM, it's always like some stupid bot, or you know, I can't really trust people there because I don't even know if they're real anymore, and there's just like AI art plaguing the whole site. A lot of AI stuff is happening too. If I were to ever look at politics or even touch that topic, it's always met with like the most unhinged people, whether they're from like the left, but most definitely from the right. So I left Twitter, and now I'm back every time there's something crazy going on. So International Men's Day, I mean, it's kind of a hot button topic, or at least, you know, kind of controversial, which it really shouldn't be. It's just a day for men, like how there's a day for women. You know, both genders should be celebrated, so I don't really think Men's Day should be controversial, you know? It really shouldn't be. I do want to take a look at what's going on because, on Twitter, because knowing Twitter is a cesspool, it's kind of toxic in my opinion, very toxic. I just need to see what's going on. And I did come across this post. I just looked up Men's Day, or I scrolled down on my Twitter feed and I found it pretty quickly. So yeah, I kind of wanted to just take a look at all the replies and see what's going on and just see what people are saying. Today's our day, boys. Ignore the replies from the other genders. Interesting. Yeah, let's all have gay sex now. No girls allowed. Misandrists are out in full force as expected, lol. The other gender, there's only two. What do you mean? I mean, if you're talking about biological sex, I guess there are only two, but there are multiple genders? If I'm not mistaken, I don't know, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. You know, I like learning. It's good to learn new things. You know, I may not have everything, or may not got it all right in my head, but at least I'm trying, you know? Let's all appreciate the men we have now. Thank them for everything they've done for you, but don't forget to hate on the fucked weirdos too. Yeah, I mean, there's bad apples on both ends, right? There's bad apples when it comes to women. There's bad apples when it comes to men. And I do think as guys, you know, we do need to call out some men that are toxic. And they should be kind and respectful and not assholes. But it's the same thing for women too, right? You know, I think people, women, and people in general, we need to like call out any women who are like, you know, abusive, toxic, you know, and things like that. But yeah, I do think I kind of like this post from Greghoft. I think this is good. Men on International Men's Day. The loneliness epidemic. Yeah, men in general have been super fucking lonely. It doesn't matter whether you're straight, you know, cis, or doesn't matter whether you're bisexual, pansexual, whatever you identify as, you know, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a guy, you know, you identify yourself as a dude, you're a man. Hell, even femboys like me. We're all fucking lonely, man. We all need people in our lives. We all, you know, want to be in intimate relationships. It's hard out there. It's hard. And for guys out there that are in a relationship, you know, hold your homie close. Hold your boyfriend or girlfriend or your lover, your partner. Hold them close, cause yeah, they're awesome. We all need somebody, right? Google just made a special doodle for International Men's Day. It's just Google. I haven't seen that. You know, I'm pretty much a day late because I did not know that this was a thing, to be honest with you. I thought it was just purely women that had a day for themselves. But I never knew that there was a Men's Day. Kinda wild to me. But good. Yeah, I don't know how true this is. I'm a woman, and on a Women's Day, some male friends sent me messages wishing me the best. Today I reached out to some men I appreciate in my life. I wish them the best. I don't understand the hate here. What's wrong with showing appreciation to men who've influenced our lives? I didn't get any of that. I didn't get any, like, thank yous or appreciations, but I really don't care about that. It doesn't matter to me. In fact, I didn't even know, you know, Men's Day was a thing, like I just said, so... But good on her, you know, good on you, Cranberry. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm sure everybody who contacted appreciates that a lot. And it is wild too, because, you know, there is this thing where women do get what was it again? Women do get complimented a lot, whether it be by their appearance most likely or some other factors, and men really don't get complimented like at all. And if they do, it's super super rare. So whenever they do get like hit on or complimented from a woman especially, guys will like carry that till their grave, you know. They will remember that day, that moment, for like the rest of their lives. It's true. Oh my god, I remember there was this old ass lady too, and I was in like a Shakey's, you know, like a pizza parlor, and it was me and a couple friends, and literally this old lady like came across from me. She was about to leave, and we were at the entrance. She was about to leave, and she just said, "Hey, nice ass, baby." And I did not even bat an eye. I did not turn around. I barely heard her, and I didn't really think much of it. And then a friend of mine was like, bro, what? What? Dude, guys, I think that old lady, you know, told Candace that, you know, he has a nice ass. And I'm like looking around, and I looked at my friend and I asked him, what? Is that really what just happened? And he's like, yeah, dude, that's really what just happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least I got some game, even if it's like an old lady. I have a weird attraction with older ladies. It's so weird. Like, do I find them attractive? I'm not gonna say whether I do or don't. I don't want to be mean, but at the same time, I don't really care all that much. I mean, I keep my head down too often to really like see the signs of people hitting on me, and I was like, okay, well, cool. I guess, thank you. Oh my god. But yeah, that's a memory that I've held on to for like the longest time. And it was an old ass lady that, said that I had a nice ass. This was like back when I was in high school or something, like senior year in high school. Okay. Wild to me. But I appreciate it, you know what? I appreciate it. I'm glad that that somebody says that I have a nice ass. Here's to celebrating the strength, kindness, and resilience of men everywhere. Yes. And I guess in my opinion, if you truly want to be like a man's man, you do have to have some level of kindness, some level of respect towards others, Like for instance, if a woman doesn't want to date you, just kindly, say, okay, that's fine. And just, be on your merry way. I know it sucks, but it's not you. Don't let it be about you. You're not, some schmuck. You're not a failure. You're not ugly. You're not none of that. There will be always somebody in the future that will find you awesome and compatible, and there will always be somebody for you. Just, keep your heart closed but your eyes open, and then when you feel like you're ready, open that heart. Yeah, there will be somebody for you. And don't, when it comes to strength isn't so much as machismo, wanting to like square up with somebody, wanting to be like a man's man in a way of wanting to lift the heaviest weights or pound the most beer, all this stereotypical bullshit. It's really strength from the toughest times, whether it be financial hardship or losing somebody, listening to others. And I guess strength is more equivalent to offering compassion. But yeah, I could definitely dive a lot more. I could dive a little deeper into that. And I guess that's kind of like ties into the resilience, whenever like things aren't going your way, just keep your head up. It's okay to be a little bit vulnerable here and there. Just make sure you take a step back, give yourself some time to, get back up. Take some mental health breaks when you're strained. Try not to burn yourself out too much, and if you do feel like a heavy burnout, you feel like the world's against you, just take a step back, be kind to yourself, and I think a lot of guys need to hear that. Be kind to yourself, right? And there will be others that will be kind to you. And I get it, the world may seem like it's against you, but I promise you, a lot of us are struggling as well, and we do need each other. Doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight, whatever, I don't care if you're like a Republican or a fucking Democrat, just, we need each other, We all want to live our best lives. The comments I'm reading from entitled women on here makes me so glad I'm a gay man. Bro. I mean, I'm bi, so I kind of get it, But based on what I've been seeing so far, I haven't really seen that much toxicity, to my surprise, and I'm actually really happy to see that, But I do want to see what's going on. Let's take a look, let me see. Not gonna lie, being able to switch to men is really nice. Being bi is so great. Being pansexual is like god tier too. Being bi and pan is literally god tier because, you could hang out with like guys and be a little fruity. You can hang out with girls and be a little fruity. If you want to be, I guess a little bit of a machismo, but not too much. As long as you're not toxic, it's fine. It's okay to be a bro. As long as, we respect each other. Not push anybody down, but lift each other up. It's okay, it's okay to show that kind of love and support. But yeah, dude, being bi is fucking awesome because like I could be submissive with the guy or a girl. I could be dominant with a guy or a girl. But I think I'm more of a natural submissive, to be honest with you. Even though I gonna have some dominance in me, but I'm more of a brat, to be clear. I guess I'm more of a bratty wolf boy, bratty femboy wolf boy, or but yeah. If I wasn't a homosexual before I read some of the comments, I would be now. There is this running joke that I tend to have among friends where when I do see women, but not all women, like some women who are just like really, you know, wild and out, you know, that have like these high expectations of men. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just becoming gayer by the second. Thanks, women. But of course, you know, not all women are like that. I've met women in my life who are really fucking awesome. Oh, this is an interesting one. With the title, people in the comments, women included, you are partially the reason why these stats are real and why International Men's Day is celebrated as well. November 19th. Because 76% of suicides are men, 85% of homelessness are men, 70% of homicide victims are men, 40% of domestic abuse victims are men. Yeah, an interesting fact about domestic abuse victims when it comes to men, you know, there's like this like weird toxicity around it where like, yeah, girls do feel this sort of shame and they feel like they cannot come out. You know, they can't defend themselves or they can't, you know, lean on somebody's shoulder. Like they feel like they can't get support for their various reasons, whether it be like, you know, they're a lesser person or things of that nature. You know, they feel violated and they feel like they can't trust anybody. But it's definitely the same thing with men, and specifically with men, I have heard of where, you know, men who come out and they say, oh, my guy or girl, you know, specifically or especially when it comes to a guy and a girl, their girlfriends are abusing them, and they come out and they say, oh, you know, that nobody believes them, nobody believes men, or it's harder to believe a man than it is to believe a woman. There's a lot more support at support groups and such for women than there are of men. And I could be wrong on this, but you know, this is what I've been hearing and this is what I've been seeing a lot of. Maybe the statistics could be different in terms of like, you know, which gender abuses the other the most, but when it comes to like domestic abuse victims for men, when a guy wants to come out and say they're being abused, they feel like, you know, nobody could trust them, or guys around them will just be like, ah, pussy, don't stop being a pussy, you know, just tough it up, you know, be a man. You know, this whole machismo bullshit, it's kind of sad, really. But yeah, if you're in an abusive relationship, I think you should come out and, you know, try and do something about it. Try and talk to somebody. Try and get yourself out of that, you know, abusive relationship. And if nobody else believes you, I'll believe you. You know, because we need to believe in each other. Some of these replies are toxic as fuck. Happy Men's Day, fellas. Also my birthday. There's like, I don't know, I see more positivity in these comments than I am, and more comments about like other people or some women just like being toxic, and I'm not seeing it, you know? But I think it's because it's all getting filtered down below. Use it to raise awareness about men's mental health, which is more often than not ignored and considered unmanly to care about. It's disgraceful to see all the misandry and seething and such in the replies. So totally botched that, but yeah, when I look at like, you know, other men in my life, at least, you know, in my family, or at least in my family in general, nobody really talks about mental health. I feel like millennials and, you know, earlier generations, or generations past millennials, are talking a lot more about mental health. And it's okay for guys to be vulnerable, like I said. You know, it's okay for a guy to cry. That's completely normal, instead of bottling up and, you know, transferring all that energy into anger, hatred, rage. You know, being a scumbag on the internet or being abusive to others. It's better to just like let out a good cry, you know, because we all need that. I need that. I'm a soft boy, but just because you perceive yourself as the manliest man, it's okay to cry. It's okay to, you know, be vulnerable. It's okay to have bad days, off days. It's okay to go to somebody, whether it be a friend or family, and just tell them, you know, I'm having a rough day, you know? It's okay to do that. It's totally fine. Allow yourself that, because you deserve it. You've been working hard. You've been working your ass off, and, you know, you've been carrying the weight of other people. It's okay to let go. It's definitely fine to do that. So keep that in mind. To all the ladies mad about this, resist the urge to make everything about you. You already take everything else from us. Leave us this one day. I need to know a little bit more about the taking everything else from us part. Maybe there's some validity to that, but I don't know exactly what women has taken from men. I guess it's more of like society sort of shifted into seeing men as the big boogeyman, the villains, bad guys. Whereas, you know, it's just a guy and a girl, both genders, trying to make a living, trying to live their lives. I think that's how it should be. I don't think there should be any vilification of women or men, but there should be vilification or vilify certain types of people, regardless of what gender you're in. It doesn't really matter, right? Like if you're a woman being a scumbag to men on the internet, or you have these obscene expectations, you know, because you think like a man not making a certain amount of money is a lesser human being than a guy making a lot more money, that's kind of shitty, you know? And same thing with guys who think that you have to find a certain amount of attractiveness. You need to look a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way. I think that's also wrong, you know, of what men put on women. So it goes both ways, just in different ways, right? It goes, both genders throw different shade at each other, but in different ways, is what I'm saying. I think it's important, like I said, to just call out that toxicity on individuals, alter expectations, you know, shift expectations that's more grounded, more realistic in both genders. But specifically here, since we're talking about Men's Day, yeah, there is this perception of amongst a lot of women that, you know, a guy has to be a certain way. That doesn't really pan out. We're struggling just like you are. It's hard to put, you know, food on the table. It's hard to pay rent. It's hard to pay for payments. It's hard to even be a homeowner, for crying out loud. So I think it's really comes down to, if you really like the person, you know, you really gotta like them for who they are and don't change them. Can't fix them. Don't fix them. If you try, well, good luck. That's all I could say. You know, you could try and alter a person's trajectory by just giving them, you know, advice, support, love and care. You know, tender love and care, TLC. But it's really up to them to want to make a difference in their lives, or change, or be a better person. At least for me, you know, I would try to call out, you know, toxic guys or toxic women, or people who are just being toxic. I don't mind doing that, but at the same time, I do want to, like, at the side promote, you know, better alternatives. I keep saying you know a lot because I'm really thinking about this, thinking about what to say. I guess I could read a few more. Yay, celebrating cute boys being cute, party time. Yes, Fanboys! VTuber, Catboy! Woo! I fucking love Catboys. Oh my god, and Wolf Boys, but I love Fanboys. Oh man, and I know there's a lot of women out there that loves Fanboys as well. So yeah, let your fanboy know that you love them and you wanna give them a big ol' hug and squeeze. Trust me, we like that. I'm a guy and I legit had no idea it was Men's Day. Am I the only one? You're not the only one. I think there was a lot of guys that did not even know about this because we were so, like, at least for me, I personally feel like the world definitely has become more centralized, or no. The world has become more dedicated towards, you know, women, their suffrage, their needs, their you know, all that stuff, and men has just been pushed to the side. So, like, I didn't really care much. I didn't even know about it. It's not that I didn't care, I just didn't know. So, yeah. But again, I could be wrong. You know, you may have your grievances of everything that I'm saying, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm just calling it how it is, and if I'm wrong, just educate me. According to a lot of people, we don't deserve to have a Men's Day. I didn't even know it existed. Exactly my thought. You know, I don't feel like I deserve, you know, love or care or things of that nature. I didn't really feel like I deserved any support, at least in the grand scheme of things. I'm just here trying to, like, you know, do my thing and be a VTuber, you know, be successful and, you know, live my life. The fact that I see entitled women on here about men's mental health being useless are probably the same women complaining about how they don't have a decent man in their lives. Yeah, if you're gonna be toxic and it goes to anybody and everybody, if you're gonna be a toxic person and not be true to yourself, nobody's gonna want you. You know? If you really want to like be in a relationship or be in a friend group or have good friends around you, you need to, you know, sort of look at yourself in the mirror and just think, am I a person that people want to hang out with? Do I want to continue being toxic? And sometimes you don't even see it. You could even be a little blindsided by that. And that's why you need to have certain friends or friends, you know, that will call you out on your bullshit. But it's also good to have friends that will treat you right and treat you with kindness. If you really want to be in an awesome relationship, 1, be true to yourself, and 2, don't be toxic. I guess that's all I have for now. I think this is actually really good because I haven't seen any negativity in terms of like certain people calling out misandry and such, but it's mainly just been pretty good vibes. I haven't actually seen any specifics when it comes to misandry. Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Take care.